the previous story. Mistveil Isle is an island which soars across the sky above, far, far above the cloud line. It is a land filled with many different creatures and cultures, from the northern tribes to the southern desert clergy citadel. But our story takes place on the outskirts of a province mainly controlled by a governing body known as Sora City, with Sora Academy being at its center, a place where humanity trains to fight an external threat known as Gaia by using living weapons known as Sora. However, our story does not start in the urban hustle and bustle and urban modern-ish city, but rather deep in the forest, where what looks like a mound of dirt begins to rustle and jostle and shake as a metal hand bursts out of the ground, followed by another, followed by a face. The humanoid which emerges is mucky, and between its joints there's grit, and immediately hears the sound of water as it makes its way towards to get itself a little bit cleaned up. But what it sees shocks it for a second. Where it expected to see skin and bone, instead, in its reflection, Umbrai, describe Metallan for the
Metallan is So with Metallan, I am a robot, obviously, but limbs are frail but very sturdy in nature. Head very human looking, but doesn't particularly always resemble a human if not looking at it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
A lot shiny at majority of the surface, but rusty around the joints.
This looks
the
like
energy that flows through him is purple in nature, but it's unknown what it actually is.
So,
best way is
at this point,
from the top of my head, yeah.
You look at yourself and you see you don't really understand. You don't really have much memory of what came before, but something tells you that it wasn't this. You could have sworn you were human. But at the moment you say that, you're immediately slapped with another question. What does that even mean? What does it mean to be human? What is humanity? All these things just fill your brain. And let me ask you, what is Metallan feeling right now?
Metallan is feeling lost, confused, and trying to get a bearing on where he is now. Such questions do ponder his mind, but those are thoughts to be stored for later.
So, at this point, like you said, you're lost. You're trying to find your way. You look around, these trees, this grass, your surroundings, they're all completely foreign to you. And that is when you feel something kind of... You hear tink, 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 as like small little feet kind of kind of patter up the side of your body, and you look to your left and you see right in front of your face, almost startlingly close, you see a squirrel that's like grown quite curious of you.
I try to I kind of move my head lean in kind of close, almost like it's touching the squirrel.
The squirrel just tilts its head and kind of like looks at you and is still trying to figure out what you are.
I'm definitely gonna be mimicking the.
You tilt its head as well. You see it kind of places two hands kind of on your face, and then you just see it kind of knock, 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 just to see if you're like, if it's hollow or something. You see, it's like this thing's trying to figure out what you are. At this point, also let me see what your abilities are, just very quickly, just so I know. You expected to kind of scamper off, but instead what you hear next shocks you. You hear a voice emanating from this squirrel that goes, hollow, but not completely hollow. Not edible. That's what you hear coming from the squirrel. It's almost as if it's not coming from its mouth. It's like almost as if you can read its mind. I try to speak words. I definitely try to speak words to it. All right. What do you say?
Talk to it. Not hollow. I kind of repeat what it's thinking, or kind of repeat what I heard its thoughts are.
It immediately kind of jumps back a little, places one foot on your leg. So it's got 3 foot down and 1 foot kind of up a little bit, and it's like he understands me. Strange. And he kind of looks at you, and you just hear, "You're a very peculiar looking nut."
Nut? Strange?
Yes, he says. He kind of looks around, kind of scampers. You see him jump off you, scampers up a tree, kind of looks around. You see some rummaging before he runs back to you with like his one cheek filled and like pulls out like a saliva covered acorn and goes, "Nut."
Nut.
And he points to you and goes, "Nut."
I point to myself, "Nut."
And the squirrel's like, "Yeah." He's like, he looks at you and he kind of scans you and he sees the one and he's like, He says, "You know what? I think that you have intrigued me enough. From now onwards, you will be my servant. What is your name?"
Oh, my name? Name?
He looks. You don't even have a name. Poor nut. He shakes his head. He's like this squirrel. He says, "Tell you what, as your leader, I will bestow upon you a name. Is that okay with you?"
Name. Shakes head.
And he says, "Well, my name," he says, "my name is Alan. So such, you will inherit my name. But as you are made of," kind of metal, you shall be known as Metallan."
Oh my god, I love that.
And you and this creature kind of form a close-knit bond. And before long...
I was gonna say, after you said like, what's up?
Oh, I can't understand you. I think the vocalizer is cutting it off your voice a little.
Pardon myself and say.
Oh, you know what it is? It's I think it's the Discord noise cancellation is messing with the vocalizer. Because like cutting off before the end. You might need to turn off the yeah, you might need to turn off the Discord noise remover.
Better?
Yep, perfect. Alright, what were you saying?
Point itself, Metallan.
He nods and he says, yeah. Exactly, that's it. Yeah, this is gonna be the start. This is gonna be the start of a wonderful partnership, Metallan. And before long, the squirrel brings you around and see the animals, they can communicate to each other in a sense, but this is actually, you know, Metallan theme. I was about to say this doesn't really match the scene, but you're a robot. So you become quite the figure in the forest because the animals cannot necessarily communicate with each other, but you can communicate with each animal. And so Metallan
So
kind
like
of...
a medium.
You're basically a medium, yes. And your days from here on are spent talking, making agreements between the animals. For example, the gray squirrels and the red squirrels, they you act as a middleman to negotiate territory boundaries between them. You've also communicated with creatures such as the wolves and the bears, and how you were able to broker a deal with them, allowing them to that the wolves should hunt at night at certain days, while bears hunt at certain days in order to avoid them conflicting with one another and accidentally hurting each other. You start to understand the ways of the forest and the circle of life, and how you kind of, because you're a completely blank slate, it doesn't even really come to you. It doesn't even really occur to you of like, why can't I broker the wolves and the deer to become friends? But in your mind, because your mind is so pure and such, you just understand that it has to be this way. The world, the circle of life, all of it moves around like a cog in a machine. And before long, one day, you are sitting down by your lake, which has come to become your home. You have a small tree house under the tree over here. It keeps you out of the rain. And you live a humble life. And obviously, as a robot, you don't need to eat. So you've just kind of existed for you don't even know how many years. And a being that you steps out of the woods one day. It seems to be a human, kind of walking through the forest and exploring and foraging when it sees you. And immediately, roll perception. It's going to be your first roll. This would be your... Oh, wait, I just realized we never loaded your character sheet in. That's so funny.
I just realized that too. Oops. I've been so immersed with like, oh, right.
That's so funny. Let's do this real quick. So, if you don't mind, would you be able to... Oh, check. Wait 1 second. My headphones just died. Would you be able to fill in the stats?
Oh, yeah.
There we go. And what we can do here, and what I'll do is I'll grab your starting equipment and stuff. Oh yeah, here, I'll lock this in place for you. There's some druid stuff. Let's see, what kind of warden were you? You were a warden of the elements. Ah.
Yes.
There we go. And your spells were... Let me see.
They were fish, like the main effect, Fish's Entangle and Nature's Tongue.
Perfect. And then we've got... Yeah, so you do have your other spells, like over here you've got Evolution, you've got this, and you've also got one called Druid's Hope. Oh yeah, Evolution, yeah. Okay, so what we're gonna do is... Then we need your weapons. What weapons did you have?
It was hand runes and primary. Where small dagger is secondary.
Dagger. And then your armor.
That was Gabberson armor.
Boom. Done. Next, I believe. Yes. Starting items, so I'll put them down here. By the way, you do have a notepad over here if you'd like to use it.
Where is it?
Down here.
Oh, I see.
Just remember, when you select it for the first time, it will always select all. So be careful with accidentally deleting all your notes. It's happened before. And if you don't trust it, you're more than welcome to use an external note, taking like a Google Doc or something.
Sounds good.
Oh yes. So did you take a stamina potion or a health potion?
Health potion.
Perfect. And then for your druid item, did you take a bag of bones and rocks or a strange pendant you found in the dirt?
Strange pendant found in the dirt.
Perfect. There we go. And that would be your character set. Well, no, we forgot your race and your... so you're a wild-born clanker.
Clanker.
Clanker. There it is. Look at that. Oh wait, is this the right order? Yeah, it was. Okay, look at that. Now you're set up. Now we just gotta hit refresh.
There we go.
Now all the things are updated. Okay, so now you're gonna roll an instinct. So you're gonna roll a hope and fear dice. Everything instead of a d20, you always just roll hope and fear, and then you add your modifier after. So since it's an instinct, you just click the instinct. Well, you can actually click this as a
Oh, sick. Okay.
and then now you can roll. It's this big box.
Where's the roll?
Right there. Awesome. 18 with fear. Now, unfortunately, I do get a fear token, but you do succeed. So, you're able to instantly notice this sense of hostility. The moment this human sees you. But at the same time, you also get a sense that they are very in tune with nature themselves. So how do you react to this?
Oh. Hello, Metallan. You?
The figure kind of draws their bow and says, You are not of this land, unnatural. Why do you come here? Do you seek to taint this forest?
Taint? Forest? I live here. My friend Alan found me.
I'm gonna roll a d4. Okay, so I rolled a d4 and I got a 2. What that means is that I'm going to summon what's called here it is, countdown timer. So it's set to 2. So you have to, basically what this usually means is it's a survival check. So you have to survive or talk your way out of 2 turns. So at this point, you're going to roll presence to see if you can convince him that you're telling the truth. So it's going to be your hope and fear dice and add your presence modifier.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, it's fear again, so I get another fear.
21.
21. But he does, in fact, he nods and he says, "You live here." And then he lifts up his bow again and he's going to say, "Surely you only seek to stage some form of outpost to bring those filthy machines into this sacred land." And they're going to count this down by 1.
I may be one, but I animal as well.
He squints his eyes. You? What makes you an animal?
I talk to them.
Roll presence once again. Oh my gosh, you're getting so lucky. Okay, so that's a hope. So you can add a hope to your hope thingy. Yeah. And suddenly he goes, "You talk to animals? I'll believe it when I see it." And as he raises his bow and the countdown reaches 0, there's rustling in the trees above him. And suddenly you hear a familiar voice go, wait, he's my friend. I mean, he's my servant." As Alan the squirrel sprints out of the tree and lands on the man's shoulder. And the man looks over and says,
"Oh, hi, Alan." So I start waving.
Alan looks over and waves his back, and the man looks confused. He's like, "You do understand that that's a machine, right?" And Alan looks, "He might be a machine, but he's my machine." He said, "If you mess with him, you mess with me, all right, numbnut?" And he knocks on the guy's head. Just knock. And it's also at this point that all of the animals that were kind of startled in the woods also come out and kind of show themselves that they were watching. And the man...
"Oh, hi, friends."
The man at this point lowers his bow down a little bit. And he looks at you, and he's still kind of perturbed. But he says, "I don't detect any form of foul play. It seems you truly are a friend of the forest, despite your..." And he just kind of waves his hand around, like you're like kind of like all this kind of.
Yeah.
And he says, "You carry the energy of the sage aspect within you. This is an unexpected development. Metallan, was it?"
Yes. Points at self. Metallan. Points at squirrel. Alan.
He looks at Alan and says, "I assume you were in charge of the naming scheme." And Alan just puffs out his chest, and he looks really proud. And he says, "Follow me, Metallan. There's something I must show you." And he kind of just leads you down the path a little bit until you find yourselves at... let me just get... I don't think I have an actual component for this. I don't. You find yourselves at... You walk for about maybe 30 minutes until you find yourself in front of what looks like a large altar. The altar itself seems to be surrounded by food and berries and other offerings, mostly greenery. You do see some bones around, but they seem arranged like in it seems calm. Like, rather than looking like they were slaughtered or sacrificed, it seems more like a grave, if you will.
Okay.
And he says, "Do you know what this is, Metallan?"
No, no clue.
And he says, "So you have the ability to channel the aspect of Sage while having never interacted with its shrine." He's gonna say, he looks at you and he says, "Most interesting." He looks at you and says, "Metallan, do you know what a druid is?"
No, never. Not in databank.
He says, "Druids are beings blessed by the aspect of Sage to look after the forest, to guard it, to protect the creatures in here which cannot protect themselves. Those who are blessed by the aspect of Sage to become druids gain several abilities, such as harnessing nature itself and transforming into animals and talking to them. And it would seem that you have been blessed with this power." He says, "But I must know for sure. Though it would usually be sacrilegious for me to even show you this location. I wish for you to present to the altar that which you cherish most and attempt to channel the Sage aspect, to commune with it and to receive your mission as a druid of the forest."
I cherish? What is this?
To cherish something means that should you lose this item or thing, your life will not be the same. That the world will have slightly less color. That part of you will be lost with it.
Metallan does not know of this thing that cherished. Alan is friend. That is all I know.
He smiles and said, "Then place Alan on the pedestal and see if that is enough to prove yourself to the Sage." He says with a chuckle. And don't worry, it's not a sacrificial altar.
No.
That'll be really funny.
What? Alan? Would you go to altar with Metallan?
Alan says, "Sure, as long as there's some food in it for me. I see some juicy veggies over there."
God's head.
So you bring Alan over, and then you kind of cup your arms, and he crawls into your arms, and you slowly place him on the altar. And it's at this point that you notice vines begin to slowly and gracefully grow around the there are stone pillars around the pedestal itself, and vines begin to slowly crawl up before slowly blooming into flowers. And more of them grow up and spiral and intertwine until you see a large green mass with eyes and what looks like a mouth looking down on you. And you hear a voice that says, and also the druid at this point takes a step back and is kind of shocked, and says, the face looks and says, Ah. Looks like it is you again, old friend. You don't recognize him, but that's what he says.
Alan is friend. Who are you?
He looks at you, and it's almost ignoring your question. He says, "You look different. Looks like perhaps a new body. How interesting. What led you to make this change, old friend?"
Change? What change?
He nods and he says, I understand now. My apologies. I simply confused you with another. I beg your forgiveness. What is your name?
Point this out. Metallan. Point it Alan. Alan.
He chuckles. He's like, yes, I know Alan very well. He is very enthusiastic about life, as he should be. Metallan, thank you for being his friend. Others tend to fight him. And Alan goes, awesome! And he goes, abrasive. And Alan goes, oh. But yeah, so the Discord wasn't notified. Discord should have been notified. Let me see. Discord. Let me see. Live.
It should be in the event that's currently happening.
It's it's there. It's the Brook Bubble one, but this one we just continued on from it. It's the Twitch notification. But yeah, so over in the he looks over and says, now, what is it did you seek from me, Metallan?
Metallan was told to come here with friend.
This feels strange to ask of someone who, someone who resembles an old friend of mine, but I believe druids communicate with me in order to receive the power and purpose to protect those which they hold dear. To become druids.
Yes, like this person over, brought me here.
By the way, at this point, you turn around to the person and you see, for some reason, his jaws dropped. This man is dumbfounded to the highest degree for some reason. Change the title. I'm pretty sure I did already. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Metallan. Boom.
Land go back to Fortnite.
So at this point, he says, well, in that case, Metallan, I would like to bestow upon you an important role. You see, nature extends beyond this forest, beyond this island. There is a whole world out there. And thank you so much for the raid, 𝕍𝖃. I appreciate it. What were you streaming today? Also, I apologize in advance. I am reading chat, but I can only respond now and then because I am the Dungeon Master. And it is...
Yes, welcome raiders.
Yeah. But yes, so he looks and says, rather than merely protecting Metallan, I wish for you to seek answers for humanity, what it means to be human, is slowly being lost and corrupted over time. Life itself. I wish for you to find what it means to be human. Can you do that for me, Metallan?
Metallan can maybe find human. Oh, they're human there.
He shakes his head. He says, no. What it means to be human. What defines a human. What defines humanity. If you find this answer for me, Metallan, you can save a lot of... I believe you will be able to save nature itself.
Live in nature, so Metallan will find this humanity to help them.
He smiles and he says, your road ahead will be fraught with hardship and joy and many emotions that you are no longer accustomed to. Whenever you seek my aid and would like guidance, find an altar of mine. Offer something precious to you, and I will be there. But for now, until the time is right, I hope that you continue to look after Alan and the rest of this forest until it is time for you to explore broader surroundings. And one more thing. Be careful. Your existence is a threat to some. And at this point, the vines start to untangle themselves and slowly sink back into the ground. The flowers unbloom, and it's like everything just goes in reverse. And you're left there alone once again with Alan, who jumps back on your shoulder and says, and he's like, well, that was fun.
What a nice face. He seemed like a good friend too.
Alan's like, yeah, he takes care of all of us in his own kind of like weird way. It's like sometimes he just makes fruit appear. It's very nice. He got nice food. Yum, yum, yum. And the druid is still absolutely gobsmacked looking at you. His jaw is like to the ground. And he's just silently staring at you. How do you react?
Have you seen this humanity that Face was talking about?
He says, that face was the sage aspect itself, not even like a sign or like a flower blooming or like a leaf flowing in the breeze. That was the sage aspect. He's very shocked.
Did he lose the ability to speak?
Alan looks and he's like, yeah, probably. You know, those numbnuts, they kind of defective. And at this point, I'm gonna say that you kind of just walk back home. Because
Bye.
the guy he just stays looking at you, and over the next like month or so, over the next few months, the word spreads amongst the forest people. They many of them come to introduce themselves to you. They seem friendly for the most part. Some of them are more aloof. A lot of them are very awkward. You find that many of these people were people that just didn't feel like they belonged amongst modern society. Some just enjoyed the outdoors. Some were here out of duty, that they wanted to protect and preserve nature. But all in all, the people seem nice. And many years go by, and your simple life is filled with I wouldn't even say like anything too exciting. You just kind of live your life and enjoy and continue mediating for the forest, and you continue doing your part as a steward. That is, of course, until one day you notice that Alan hasn't come to visit in a couple of days. And you're not quite sure why. Oh, what was it saying
I
again?
wonder where Alan has been. Maybe I should ask where he's been.
Alright, what are you saying?
I was gonna go ask the other animals if they've seen him.
I'm not gonna make you roll because there is enough animals around. You see a deer kind of walking past, and the deer shakes its head but says, perhaps you should ask one of the other squirrels.
Yes, that makes.
And
logic.
I'll say if you want to look for a squirrel, you're gonna have to roll a instinct.
Let's do that. That's a hope and fear plus instinct.
Yep. $19 with fear, so I get a fear token, but you do pass. You look around, you see a few gray squirrels kind of scampering up a tree. And they kind of like look down at you, kind of curious.
Hello. Have you seen Alan?
The squirrels kind of look and they're like, Alan, oh, Alan, he's at his place, at his tree, very, very unwell, very, very sick. They kind of point to this tree over here.
Okay, I shall go see him then.
Tell him we said hi.
Will do.
As you do, you kind of peer in. You know he's got a little nook in the tree that he rarely spends time at home, honestly. He only goes there to sleep, and sometimes he'll honestly just sleep in the outdoors. So if anything, it's kind of rare to see him like this. And you see him inside, like he's like curled up in his tail, and he's breathing quite heavily. And he seems to be in a cold sweat.
Alan, okay?
He says, hey, hello, I'm sorry you had to see your boss in such a feeble state.
Anything I can do to help friend?
He says, he says something along the lines of, perhaps the druids know something.
I shall go find them. They can make Alan feel better.
He says, thank you, Metallan. And as you go, you sort of look around, and at this point you kind of do have a rough layout of the trails that the druids travel, but you would still need to roll instinct to see if you can spot one out. 40 with fear. I'll take that. You kind of look into the forest, you search around a little, and you see a familiar face. You see the druid known as 𝕿𝖍𝖊, the one who actually was the one that you interacted with so many years ago. You only saw each other maybe once or twice a year. Most of the forest people, they kind of do check-ins on each other, but they're not very social. And you kind of see him kind of foraging amongst the brambles and such.
Oh, hello, 𝕿𝖍𝖊. It is I, Metallan.
And he says, "Oh, hello, my friend. What's it called? What have you been up to?"
Alan not well. Can you help?
Alan is unwell, you say? Yes, come, take me to him. I can definitely take a look.
Here, Alan home. Points to tree.
𝕿𝖍𝖊 nods and he goes in to check on Alan. And you see him he presses the back of his palm on Alan's forehead. He's kind of analyzes them and thinks for a second. 𝕿𝖍𝖊 says, "It would seem that Alan has a sickness, one that he looks at you and he kind of looks a little bit concerned and says, one that may claim his life should we not act soon."
That claim life bad?
He says, yes, in the same way that when an animal is hunted by a bigger animal, it is no longer alive. So too, because at this point he's interacted with you enough to know that you're genuinely just curious about things. He says, so too can an animal lose its life through illness such as this.
Oh, Metallan's seed. What can Metallan do?
He says the only thing that can save him now is a herbal remedy made with the flowers of the Everbloom, which exists only in the northwest or the northeast of the forest in the Forbidden Grove. However, there are That grove is long since been off limits for us druids. The land there has been tainted and corrupted. And I believe that Gaia roam.
Gaia?
It says, creatures twisted by inhuman desire. They seek only to corrupt the minds of those they encounter. And you see him shaking, and he looks to you and he says, I wish I could go. I do, but I am not strong enough. Nor am I brave enough.
And we'll go.
He says, you? Do you even have a weapon to wield?
Weapon?
He says, the only thing which can harm a Gaia without causing them to rapidly regenerate is a Sora. Only the highest rank of druids have them. Even I don't have one. And he looks at you.
Sick. Metallan, help. Oh, I was like, Alan's sick. Metallan, help.
He looks and he says, but Sora itself is tied to humanity. It is what fuels it. It is what allows it to manifest. With all due respect, Metallan, you've done much for this forest. You've shown that you care. But can a machine wield the power of a weapon made out of a soul?
Metallan, no soul?
He opens his mouth to say something and then shuts it because he has respect for you now, and says, that is not for me to say, Metallan. But a machine is created by the hands of man. That the implications would be that if I make a bow such as this, does the bow have a soul? If I make a house, does the house have a soul? Do you understand where I'm getting at, Metallan?
Metallan sort of understands. But Alan's sick. Metallan, go help.
So then he says, then I won't stop you, friend, but be careful. I will stay here with Alan and alleviate his pain as long as I can. You have 3 days at most.
Metallan, go. Be back 3 days.
So, at this point, Metallan, you kind of turn around and you leave him be. You know that Alan is in good hands. This guy, despite his rather opinionated takes, is a skilled druid and herbalist. So you know that he is in good hands. And at this point, you are currently here, and you must make your way up north. Up to this area.
Okay.
Is there anything you wish to do before you set out?
Metallan doesn't exactly know if he should do anything, so he's just gonna jet off to go help Alan.
Okay. So, I want you to roll a instinct. This is going to be your traversal through the woods and how easy or hard it will be. 13 with hope. Awesome. That's a good roll. So
Yippee.
you're pushing yourself through the brambles. You're able to avoid most major threats. Most animals know you, but obviously the further away you get, the more you can definitely feel the influence of the Gaia and their corruption. Animals are less likely to talk, and especially once you get really far to the northeast, you start to really barely be able to understand them. It's almost as if animals themselves are, I guess, not thinking anymore, running on pure instinct.
They don't have the capacity to have those like thoughts. It's more like you said, more pure instinct.
Exactly. But thankfully, you're able to avoid most of them until you reach a part of the forest where you immediately notice the soil turns a dark black, inky color, almost as if it's being tainted. And the ink kind of seems to be spreading ever so slightly, almost like a growth. And this immediately just causes something in your soul to, well, not metaphorical soul, because we're still not sure if Alan has one. To shudder in disgust. What would you like to do now?
Is there a different map to change, to walk on, or is it just kind of imagine the rest of this is all?
Yeah,
black,
for now we'll just for now we can definitely hear. I can even do
okay.
something here. Let me just go. There we go.
Oh, perfect.
I can erase the erase this. Boom.
Perfect.
So, at this point, Metallan you're making your way over to the area, and is there anything in particular you're looking out for, or any particular way you're traveling?
Kind of along the tree line, but kind of still forward.
Okay. So you start looking around for this flower. Valdris, he gave you a rough description of the
Everbloom flower.
Everbloom flower. And as you kind of tread around, you're kind of looking for it. Roll instinct to see if you're able to find it. I don't think you failed a single roll yet. That's a pass. So you look around and I swear
you're gonna jinx me on that too.
That would have been so funny.
You said it.
You do see the Everbloom flowers in a small patch of land that's somewhat uncharacteristically, I guess, looks peaceful and calm despite this strange black mold growing over everything.
That must be flower that Valdris needs for Alan. I will go get some. Start walking ahead.
So let me very quickly grab something.
Anywhere in particular you want me to stop beforehand, or just kind of stop where I think I should stop?
Wait, let me check this real quick. I've just got to. This is solo, that's producer. Skulk.
While you are looking for, I'm just gonna use the washroom real quick.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Where did I put this? It's a dredge. Oh yeah, I believe it's this one. Yeah. I don't know if it is this one or not. Let me just... Okay. There we go. Okay, so it should cost a fear, not sure. Standard, I would suggest raise 15, players attack +1. Okay, awesome. I wish there was a wiki similar to... Yeah, what happened?
Oh, so I was just like kind of like rebooting. Metallan is back.
Awesome. So, it is at this point where, as you are... Let's just copy it. Sorry, let me... So I'm just gonna... I'm trying to load something into the game real quick.
Yep.
Object components, custom, token? Yeah. That's it. Boom. Now we import. This is just the stat sheets. Okay, so I want you, as you're approaching it, you're approaching the flowers. I want you to roll. I want you to roll an instinct for me.
Yep.
$12 with fear. That's another fear token for me. Thank you very much. But you do pass. And as you're walking, you feel something is off. Something seems like it's watching you from the shadows, and you're not quite sure what.
Flower for Alan, but need to make it back to Alan. Me observe from far for now.
All right, in that case, roll an instinct again. $10 with hope. So you do gain a hope token. And you unfortunately do not detect anything out of the ordinary. You believe that whatever was in the tree line is gone.
Well, me get flower for Alan now.
And you bend over and you pick up a couple of flowers. How many do you get? It's kind of important.
Let's grab 3.
1, 2, 3. Perfect. Roll instinct again.
Okay. Eight with hope.
You gain a hope, but you don't notice that behind you a creature slowly slinks out of the dark. Let me very quickly... need to find something that roughly resembles this. Yeah, here it is. A creature... Hi, May May. Did you just finish your stream?
May.
A creature slowly slinks out of the darkness and begins to approach you from behind silently. And now it is going to immediately attempt to attack you.
Oh, shit.
And it's going to attempt to, let's see, attack +3. 1, 2, 3, and then we're also going with this music. Boom. Oh, wait.
Loading.
There it is.
Ooh, nice choice.
Boom. 11. What is your evasion? Is Umbrai winning?
11.
Maybe.
11.
It's 11? 11. You, as the creature's claw is coming down to swipe you from behind, you immediately get this... It's silent, but your instincts immediately take over, and you tumble to the left, barely escaping a big... What you see is like the claw itself is like the size of your head, and it slams and sinks into the ground, causing cobweb-like cracks. And the creature looks around and looks straight at you. And you look it dead in the eye, and you see that this creature is strange. It seems to have... Well, let me just very quickly... Where's this? Let me pull up. Oh, yeah. It seems to be made out of several arms and hands which wreathe around. It's like wreathing around under its skin and like sort of burst out in different parts of the bodies. And you see this, what looks like a large kind of serpent-like creatures with, instead of feet, it seems to have human-like hands. And as well as its mouth being basically almost held open by these hands, which are bursting from its face. Its eyes, it doesn't have any visible eyes that you can see, and the entire time it's dripping the same black ooze that's all over the ground.
What the fuck? That's some creative fucking description. Holy shit. It is now your turn to fight back. But you don't have your Sora yet. No. So, what are you going to do, Umbrai?
Wait, so I don't have my Sora. That means I don't have all my druid powers, correct, yet?
Not yet.
This is robots.
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. I'm going to try and dash for the tree line closest to me.
Let me see if this thing has opportunity attack. That's the wrong one. Stray relentless spinning blade throw momentum. Nope, does not. So what it's gonna do is what's it called? You're able to make it to the tree line, and the creature immediately turns. It's going to attempt to follow you, and it's going to run towards you. And at this point, you feel your heart starting to race. It's starting to beat. Well, at least what you assume is your heart. And you notice a faint glow in your chest. And we are going to roll a d4. Wow. The chest, the beating in your chest goes brighter and brighter. And suddenly you hear a voice in your head saying, you recognize it as the face from before that says, Metallan. Show them.
Oh.
It says, show them what it means to be human. You don't know if it's a memory or if it's not the actual voice, but it mimics what it said before.
Be
yeah.
human. And also, I like as that's happening, like as like the heart is starting to glow, my eyes are also starting to just like glow as well. Like
Awesome.
Kind of stuck along the two here. So nothing exactly how like that, like all that stuff is happening, but nothing like.
Nothing is changing apart from the glows.
Okay, nothing's changing. I'm gonna try to continue down the tree line here.
All right. Awesome. And if that is all, then the creature is also going to turn. It's gonna run towards you, and it's actually going to attempt to attack you. It's going to use a leaping strike, allowing you to leap anywhere within far range, and on success, it's going to deal 1d12 damage. So, I'm going to sacrifice one of my fear tokens, and I'm going to roll to hit you. And that's going to be a d20 plus 1, 2, 3. Boom. 8. Does 8... What's your evasion score?
11.
So the creature attempts to leap onto you. However, once again, you're able to dodge out of its way, trying to evade, just about able to evade damage. And at this point, something is welling up inside you, this kind of fight or flight response that you've never felt before. But another feeling is welling up inside you. It's like a thrill, kind of adrenaline rush that you've never felt in recent history.
Wait. What is this? I just kind of like look at my arm, like go turn up and down. Okay.
And it's also at this point that you notice your chest is starting to burn up, like you see that because you were wearing kind of like some like raggedy clothes, but underneath them you know that there's like a panel, and your internals and such are like there, and there's something like pounding internally.
What happening inside Metallan?
And I will say that this power, you feel like it's about to reach its peak in one more turn.
Need to get flowers back to Alan. I'm going to try to get away from thing.
This creature once again is going to spend a fear. It's going to use leaping strike, and it's actually going to jump in front of you, and it lands with a thud. And it's going to attempt to hit you again. The d20 plus 3. Oh, that's a 16. I feel like that hits.
Ugh. I mean, I'm sort of thinking of 11, so...
Yeah, we're going to do some damage here. That's going to be 1d8 plus 3. So tell me where this lands on your thresholds. Where does 6 land on your thresholds?
Minor damage.
Minor damage, so you're going to take 1 HP.
But that's just like this on my sheet.
Let me pull
Oh, but it's so.
Yes. Right there. Or you could also use an armor slot to reduce the damage by 1.
Oh, okay, so I would just be taking 0 if I take a 0
Yep.
in armor, correct?
Yep.
Let's do that. Let's do an armor.
So in that case, the creature leaps down on top of you and slams you down on its with a claw, but you don't really feel it. You feel like your armor is a little bit too tough. The metal of your skin is a little bit too tough for it to puncture with, unless the attack is a little bit stronger. However, it does leave a little bit of damage on some of your armor is weakening a little bit. And at this point, I would like you to roll a strength check, and on a fail, which would be the fail would be 14. Anything lower than 14, you will be thrown.
Hope and fear plus strength.
Yup. That's a fail. And the creature, kind of frustrated, with you under its claw, it scrapes you up and it flings you across the path, and you roll around in the dirt a little bit. And it's now your turn. And at this point, the beating your chest is getting even wilder, and it starts to heat up, almost as if you're overheating from the inside. You feel like you have to let the heat out. It's starting to overwhelm you.
What? I can only think of Alan need better.
And it is now at this point where you look down and you see in your chest this glowing purple, as involuntarily the panels covering your torso begin to open up ever so slightly before suddenly flying open. You look down and you see what looks like this crystalline shape. It seems to be this strange crystal that looks. You've seen some druids wielding Sora when fighting in the forest, and it seems to be a Sora, but it's suspended inside you in some sort of field, and it's spinning rapidly, and you don't understand it. You know enough about Sora to know that this is not how it should be. A Sora is a crystallization, a manifestation of someone's soul. And yet here it is, it seems like it was implanted in you purposefully, if that makes sense. Almost like a power source. Yeah. And it's spinning, and suddenly you feel its power begin to just explode out from inside you. Your eyes are now burning a bright purple. And it is at this point that one of your hands begins to change and warp as your fingers kind of fold in, forming what looks like a cylinder. Your other hand kind of instinctively grabs your forearm as like a hole or a barrel begins to open up in your palm. And you feel energy building from the base of your forearm, ready to fire out at any moment. You now have access to your weapons. You now have access to your skills, as well as your transformation. And also in this moment, the only thing you're thinking about, you're not even, in one sense it's surprising, but the main thing you're thinking about is just getting home to Alan as fast as you can.
Get to Alan. Try. Let's go. Vicious Entangle.
All right.
Try to strap it down.
So, first things first, you're going to make a spellcasting roll against the creature, which is going to be a Hope and Fear using your spellcasting modifier, which is a Instinct. So it's an Instinct roll again.
Cool.
You're beating 14. You get 14, but you roll with Fear. But you are successfully able to cast Vicious Entangle. Roll a d8 plus 1.
D8 plus 1.
7. Awesome.
7.
And it's also at this point that You can now choose to activate the second. Additionally, on success, if you spend a hope... Oh, wait, no, that would restrain another adversary. Yeah, you don't need that. All right, so 7 damage. Let's see where that falls on its health. Threshold 7, exactly. That means it takes major damage. As the vines, you sort of place your hand just above the Sora that's in your chest. And your eyes just begin to glow even more as you raise your other hand with your other hand. And vines burst out of the ground underneath the creature, like wrapping around it very tightly. Almost like those, do you know those, almost like whips. And just pull it down to the ground and dig deep into its skin as it writhes in pain. It goes, ah! With several of the hands trying to rip it off, trying to rip the vines off. All right, because you rolled fear, it's now the creature's turn, and it is going to, I believe. Let me see. Temporarily restrain the target. So I believe it cannot move. So it's going to first attempt to break free. That's to beat your 13. It does not break 3. However, this creature can be spotlighted a second time. So by sacrificing 1 fear token, I can use an ability of its. And I use the ability Spinning Blade, where the creature, the hands, it's now restrained, and the hands sort of reach into its mouth and pull out what looks like a large kind of thorny blade. And it's going to, and while it's restrained, it throws the blade towards you. It's going to attempt to hit you with it. It's going to be a D20 plus 3. 21. I'm assuming 21. That hits. 21.
Yeah, 11, yeah.
And what it's going to do now is it is going to do a D12 plus 3 damage. Let's see. Where does 12 land on your
That's like it's between major and severe, so that's major damage then?
Yep. So in that case, you're going to take 2 HP worth of damage.
I'll spend an armor to take 1.
Alright. Awesome. So yeah, so now you only take 1 damage. It is now your move.
Ooh, I don't know if I can do this, but I was thinking because it's near the tree line, I was going to run to the tree, grab a branch, and then try to do my class feature called Wild Touch. It's just because you can perform a harmless subtle effect that involves nature to just cause your flower to rapidly grow or whatever. So I was gonna try to like grow that branch like super long and try to impale the creature.
It's specifically this harmless subtle effect, unfortunately.
Never mind. Yeah, okay. I thought
good idea, though.
I thought just like growing it would be like harmless kind of thing, but like my intent was more, I'll say less than harmless.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Good idea, though.
Yeah. Okay. I'll add that.
You do have your beast form. You also have your hand runes.
Yeah.
And you
work.
It's a blaster on your hand.
Oh, like that. And it's very close. So basically, just like I'm going to.
It's very close, but if you're even closer, your paired ability activates on your secondary weapon, and you do an extra 2 damage. So if you get even closer to it, you can do more damage.
Oh, and I did, because it's still restrained, I'm gonna go right underneath its mouth and try to blast it.
Awesome. So in that case, you're gonna roll a hit, which is your instinct.
Yep. instinct.
Boom, that's 13. Does it hit? Let me check the sheet. 14. Unfortunately, you attempt to blast it, but it dips out of the way just in time and pushes you back a little bit. You don't take any damage, but unfortunately, the attack didn't work. However, you do still gain a hope. It is now the creature's turn, and it's going to attempt to break free once again. D20 plus 3, boom. 14. This time it does break out. It is no longer restrained. And it is now going to attempt to... It's going to now attempt to throw you. So it's going to make attack against you within melee range. And... Let's do this. 220 plus 1, 2, 3. Boom. What's your evasion? Oh, well, that beats it. And D8 plus 3. 1, 2, 3. And I believe I must mark distress, yeah. Boom. Here comes the damage. 10 damage. Where does that land?
That's in between minor and major.
So it's like...
So like minor is 6, major is 12, so I think it's closer to 12, a bit closer to the major.
So anything that falls in there is 2 damage.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, so you're able to, so you can mark 2 damage, or you can use your last armor slot to mark 1 damage instead.
I'll take the damage.
All right. It is now your move.
It threw me, right?
Oh yes, it does also. Roll strength. And you're trying to beat 13. Yep.
24 with hope.
So you're able to hold your ground. It tries to throw you, but you dig your feet into the ground and you hold up your arms and you're able to withstand the push. All right.
As it's still close, I am gonna try to blast it in the face again as I'm still close.
Okay. Roll to hit. Oh. Once again, it doesn't quite hit. Also, remember, you have your hope ability as well that you can use at any point, as well as so just do keep that in mind. Yeah. But unfortunately, once again, you try again to blast in the face, but it's just a little bit too fast, and it kind of slithers around your arm, and it gazes at you mockingly. Because you got a fear, I get a fear token, and now it's its turn. Oh, I also got another fear token because it has the ability Momentum, where it gets this when it makes a successful attack against you, it gets a fear. So it's now going to attack you with its normal with its normal claw, which is going to be 14. That hits.
Yeah, that it does.
And that's going to be a D12 plus 3. $13.
Oh, geez, that's severe damage.
All right.
That's about 12.
So severe damage. So you're gonna mark 3. You can choose to mark 1. You can choose to mark 1 armor.
I'm marking 1. I'm taking the 2. Oh, fuck me. Okay.
All right. It's now your. It is now your move. You also have a health potion. Remember.
Oh, true. Does that count as my action, or is that like a...
No, that's a minor. That's a minor action. You can just use that.
Okay, yeah. Let's do health potion then.
Okay, roll a d4. I will remove this health potion. And you will heal by this amount. 4. You heal by 4 HP.
Fuck yeah.
That's good. Okay, it is now... It is now... your move again. What would you like to do?
Rewarded up the elements. How does using that work?
So you mark a stress damage, and then you channel an element, and then you basically can use one of these effects.
Oh, okay.
And you will take that until you take severe damage. You will have that.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that and fire.
All right. So mark a stress down there.
How do I mark stress? Oh, I see.
So the moment so suddenly you look at the creature and the purple glow in your eyes begins to shift into a bright orange as your entire body erupts into flames, but the flames don't hurt you. But they envelop you and they start swirling around you. And you can go again.
And then going to try to blast it in the face again.
Alright,
We still on this.
I believe.
I'm a stubborn robot. But
You got 13
again,
three
always
times in a
on
row.
one. Fuck
That's
me.
crazy.
Unlucky 13, man.
That's actually
Alright.
insane. You got 13 3 times in a row. My gosh. I will say as well, if you look at your beast transformations, Pack Predator has an advantage on attacks.
Oh, you know,
But,
okay, I'll try that next. I'll try that next round. I
Awesome.
got an idea for that.
So the creature, once again, you try to blast it one more time, and it just, once again, it kind of laughs at you and it kind of jumps to the side and gets ready to pounce again. It's now its turn, and it is going to attempt to attack you with a D3, D20, 11, which I believe you dodge.
It's just at my evasion.
You jump to the left, and its claw crashes down, missing you. And now it's gonna use a fear token to make another attack, because it can go twice by spending a fear token.
Okay.
13. Now that one does hit,
Okay, that one does hit.
and this one is, and once again, D12 plus 3. 12.
That is major, so I take 2.
Awesome.
But then
Okay.
he also takes the 1d10.
Oh, he
magic
does,
damage
you're
because of
right.
My fire channel.
So roll your D10.
Oh, that's 100 with other d10.
8 damage. So
Ooh,
let's see,
burn,
what's
bitch.
that? That is actually a major. That is a major threshold. So as soon as it slashes at you, it does gain a fear for hitting you successfully. But the moment it breaks through a little bit of your armor, fire bursts out, deeply singeing its arm as it reels back in pain, and it kind of looks at you, and now it's kind of like, how do I even describe it? It seems confused. It's like, as to what just happened, and now it's your move.
Alright. I'm going to do my beast transformation into a pack predator into a wolf.
And also,
So
are
I
you
get-
going to use evolution?
What's the evolution again? I'm going to go beast form without making a strat. And you use one trait to raise until you. Ooh, let's do that. And let's spend 3 hope and do that.
Okay, so what are you
Like-
transforming into?
Wolf.
All right, you suddenly feel this kind of a strange instinct inside you as you start to your body at this point is just in full battle frenzy. You understand this Sora inside you. It's almost guiding you like through your subconscious as you hear metal begin to shift and change as your body begins to morph. The metal plates begin to like what is the word? They begin to like realign themselves as your body like morphs into that of a large dire wolf that stares at the creature, and you almost feel this sense of pride as you lift your head up and you howl loudly as fire from your channeled element fires straight through, like there's a pillar of fire shoots out from your mouth into the sky. All right, and which trait would you also like to increase?
Instinct.
Instinct. Boom, boom, boom. Let me gain advantage pack predators. I will say as a pack predator, strength is your main attack.
It's a strength. Oh, okay. Yeah, because at least for what my thing was, with those hand runes, change off or like
Yeah, you can't use your weapons. You can't use your weapons when you're in beast mode. You have to use this.
I was gonna do so. Okay, let's do strength then.
Okay, so now you get an extra. So that's an extra
So
this
plus
to your
3.
strength.
So that means you've got +4 strength total. Oh, sorry, yeah. +4 strength. So now are you going to attempt to attack me? You've got Hoveling Strike. You would have Pack Hunting, but you don't have any other allies nearby. Or you can just do a normal attack. Oh, actually, wait. Hoveling Strike is actually just a it's an added bonus to when you do hit him. So are you just going to attack it?
All right. Yeah. Let's just go for a neck chomp.
So that's going to be a Hope and Fear +4 plus a D6 because you have advantage. This one's probably going to hit.
Hope and Fear.
D6.
Sorry. Yeah.
+4.
All right, and it was advantage, right?
That the advantage.
So
the advantage is the
work?
D6. That's the D6.
Oh, gotcha.
22 with Fear. So I do get a Fear, but you do hit him. So you're now going to roll your damage, which is, I believe, a D8 +2. And if you want, you can spend a stress to make it vulnerable, which will make it easier to hit. You'll get another. You get
let's do
more
that.
advantage.
Let's mark a stress, and then D8 +2.
All right, awesome. D8 +2. That is a total of 5. So you slash at it again, and it does take how much damage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So you slash at it, and you did how much damage was that?
5.
5. And you're able to take out a small chunk of its leg as it growls at you angrily. It's going to once again attempt to slash at you. D20 +3. That hits. And it's going to do it. D12 plus how many? +3. $15.
Yeah, that's severe, unfortunately.
So, you do have. So, what happens here is 1, 2, 3. So, what happens at this stage is you're immediately thrown to the ground. You're thrown back. Your body starts to waver ever so slightly. Your vision starts to blur.
Like my eyes are like the flickering on and off kind of thing.
Yeah. And the creature kind of walks towards you. It's kind of flickering on and off. It slams you to the side. You hit a tree. The tree falls behind you. You try to get up as your body reverts back to its original form. It moves over and it picks you up again, and it tosses you high into the air. And the last thing that you remember the last thing you remember at this moment is your body hitting the ground with a large thud. When you wake up, the creature is gone. There are some bite marks on you. It seems that the creature tried to eat you but failed. And you are up with only 1 HP. And you look in your the small satchel you had, and the flowers are still there, but the creature is gone. What would you like to do now?
Outlet must get to Alan.
You hobble yourself back. It's hard. Every step feels like walking through tar. Your body is barely hanging on. And there's also the repercussions of the amount of energy that you just released. Everything hurts. It takes all of your mental strength to pull yourself through the forest. You don't know how much time passes. And eventually you find yourself back in the little nook that you call home.
you see Fuldris at the tree. And he sees you and he goes, Metallan! And he rushes to you and tries to see you and he says, hold, stand still, stand still! What happened to you?
Reaches out. Flowers. Alan.
He looks at you. And he kind of looks at the flowers. And you see him, and roll instinct.
Yeah.
"13 with hope."
13 with hope.
You look at him and you see his face, and you see he's kind of choking back emotion. And it's at this moment you look to the left of the tree and you see a small mound of dirt with a small acorn placed atop it. As Fuldris says, Metallan, you've been gone for weeks. I'm sorry. I did all I could.
Flowers. Alan. And I start slowly moving towards the place.
Does he kind of...
This is like yeah.
Oh, does he kind of realize what's happened though? Has he kind of somewhat processed it?
No, it's sort of like slowly dawning on him as he keeps saying it, and as he gets closer and closer and closer.
Oh, my heart.
And then literally as soon as he gets it, he kind of looks down, and it's kind of like one of those scenes, like everything goes silent, just like.
And also thank you so much for the raid, Lynn. And Kyrie, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you guys. We're just about finishing up on Price's story. Bro got the bad end. And as he kind of falls down a little bit, and you kind of hear, it's almost like you hear his voice, but you know it's not his. You just hear someone going, it's like starts replaying. It's like, well, if I'm Alan, then you're made of metal. That makes you Metallan. And you hear other times where he's talked where you hear the sage essence say, Alan can be. People often find him. And then he goes, awesome. It's the sage who goes, abrasive. He goes, oh. And all these memories start flooding back into you.
Out. Lit. Gone. Out. Lit. No. Light. And I can just like look at my hands, like all beaten up and just like broken.
And you also see the
diamond after all that.
And you also see the flowers that are in your hand are already wilted because they were in your pocket for about several weeks. And they're kind of crushed as well from the fight.
And I just go and lay them on the ground that are next to the acorn.
Fuldris walks towards you very slowly. He says, that acorn will one day sprout. And Alan, his nutrients shall return to the earth, and eventually that tree will grow from him. This is the circle of life, Metallan.
Circle of life.
I thought you should be the one to place the last mound of dirt over the acorn. That's to complete Alan's journey through the world.
I like run through all the time with Alan, hearing all those lines again. And then I just reach down, grab some dirt, and cover it. Alan.
He
Friend.
says, Folders also looks and says, I do have one message from Alan before he passed. And as he talks, Folders is saying it, but the voice you hear is Alan's. And you hear him say, Hey, Numbnut. Looks like I won't get to see you back from your grand adventure. But I just want you to know that you earned your promotion. Congratulations. You're the boss now.
Always boss. Metallan. Boss 2.
And that is where we're gonna end your intro story on Brian. Oh, that one stung.
Fuck, man. I was starting to tear up from that. Fuck me.
Honestly, you got so unlucky in that fight.
I did.
You missed 3 times in a row. The guy only had 5 HP left.
Fuck me. I could.
That hurts. That stings.
That stings, man. It really does.
Yeah, I will say if you had beat him and come back, it would have been a different ending. He would have died of old age eventually, but this is way worse.
I mean, I feel like just because of like how my character should be, I think that is like more like appropriate as well. But
he'll definitely have. We weren't able to introduce your character's owner and stuff, but I think that'll be probably better introduced when you're with the group and stuff. But this would be a good time for. I guess also we can say that Metallan, he remembers that like the sage aspect told him like when the time is right, you'll know when it's time to go to the academy, and I'm going to assume that he assumes that this is that time.
Oh, I was trying to find it when we were fighting, but whenever I am gonna be doing like a beast form transformation, I am going to be playing this.
Yes, dude, that's gonna be so good. Oh, I'm so sad though. I can't believe you rolled 3 13s. His armor is literally 14.
I know. I'm just like fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy. That is so sad. But hopefully you had fun nonetheless.
I am excited.
Do you see why? I think I told you this back when we were in Minneapolis that people often say that my DMing style causes them like emotional trauma.
I mean, I don't know emotional trauma, but emotions are yeah.
I was definitely, and I hope you do know, that was not a planned defeat. That was just a very unfortunate luck.
I believe you. It's just kind of just it's what happened.
Oh God. But for now, we should probably. Oh, Alan dead! No! I just saw your notes. Okay.
Yeah.
So so let's save your character. So what we got to do here is. Did Umbra get down? He did, technically. It was a soft down, but he didn't lose a HP permanently, but he lost something way worse.
I lost my friend Alan.
Bro, do you know, I felt like we 100% manifested this the moment that we made Alan name you Metallan.
100%.
Oh, that hurt my soul.
It was same object, right?
Yeah, so you want to make sure everything was highlighted. Oh, actually, wait. Before you do that, I have to unlock this sheet because while it's locked, you can't save it. So try now.
Oh, perfect. Cool. And save. I can save everything below like the dice roll and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, come Yeah, tis a very sad day for the forest.
Oh, yeah, we will say that. We will say that Metallan, like there was the other animals kind of came out to like grieve with him as well. And there's a little bit of tragedy. Nothing beats Wheezy's. Wheezy's one is by far the worst so Wheezy's. So this was an outcome that was still planned. This is one of like 6 different outcomes you could have had. Wheezy managed to make an even sadder one out of pure chance that was not planned. But did it work? So also to check if it's saved, go into objects, saved, and see if it's all there when you click.
Where's object again? Oh, up top.
Yeah, I think I promoted you. Yeah, it
say Metallan, Sora, TTRPG.
And then when you click it and just place it on the board once, and it'll appear after delay. Oh, there it is. Boom. Okay, cool. Yep, that looks good. Oh.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a delay, so I clicked it a couple times.
Oh my god. All right, sounds good. That looks like everything is in order. All right, Embry.
Oh.
Well, in that case, thank you so much for playing.
Thank you for this. Look, it's gonna be interesting going forward to see what's next.
I can't wait to see how you guys interact with one another. I'm gonna be opening up mission boards very soon. I'm thinking sometime mid next week I'll open up mission boards because we already have enough people to start doing like actual missions in the world, like as a group.
Yippee.
Oh my gosh, dude, that was traumatizing. Anyway, I will see you soon, Umbrai. Thank you so much for popping in.
Yes, yeah. Enjoy the rest of your night there, brother.
Thank you, and everyone, go check out Umbrai. His name is 𝕿𝖊𝖙 over on Twitch. Send him lots of love, and you guys are gonna know 100% see him again. All right, let me see. All right. See you, man. I'm gonna go do my raid and say bye to everybody.
Yeah, you enjoy the rest of your night. I'm gonna go just
lie down. Yeah. Bye. All right, chat. Holy crap! I've never been so sad over a squirrel in my life. This is big F's in the chat from my boy Metallan. Let me go and throw up a little raid. And I will see all of you guys in the next stream. Tomorrow we've got some even more introduction missions. It's going down, boys, and we are in fact yelling timber. So let me see. Who can we raid? Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's go raid Daya. It looks like he's doing... I have no idea what he's doing, but it looks fun. So let's go and raid him. Go tell him I said hi, guys. And over on the YouTubes, let's see who we can raid. Analytics. I do wish that YouTube showed us the view counts, because you don't want to be rating people that are too big, because then you look like a clout chaser, and that's a no-no. All right, go say hi to Kendra. Peace out, everybody. Good night. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.